I'm here. Good to see you.
Yep, we're live.
Your connection is a bit slow.
All right. Well, we'll do what we can do the best we can. So I caught your YouTube video of you talking to Steven today.
Yep. Yep.
When you want to elaborate on that a little bit and how he's doing and
Any
everything,
questions?
just
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I spoke to Steve. I spoke to Steve today. Uh, um, he was in a good frame of mind. He was obviously aware of what um, Kathleen Zellner had filed on Thursday. She spoke to him on Friday. Told him he's made a copy of the latest filing, but knows pretty much what is in it, and he feels very happy about it. He's happy that it did stand concise and doesn't really pull any punches. Used Arlene Zellner's response. So, for me, you should be able to make a judgment fairly quickly, particularly, of course, the presumption of truth lies with Stephen. That is, that short of the, her petition being reckless, which clearly isn't, the court should presume that the claims are true, and it's the evidentiary hearing is there to flesh out the validity of those claims. It's not for the state nor the court itself to be prejudging the validity of those claims. So, granting evidentiary to have legal forum in which those claims can be tested, it should really be fairly straightforward. Having said that, we know there's history there that suggests that due process isn't always the number one agenda when it comes to Avery,
mm-hmm.
Stephen Avery Hatters. So I guess we're just going to wait and see.
Well, Kathleen Zellner has said before that this is clearly political. There's so much at stake if when Steven's case gets overturned. There's so many people involved, and it goes all the way from the governors, the attorney generals. I mean, you look at it like, for instance, Judge Fox. He's the one that signed the search warrants, and then he's the one that's in charge of Brendan's trial. And then after Willis is going to retire, they hand the case over to Fox before they even give it to Sukowitz. So they just keep the same players. And then Sukowitz was on the Halbach civil suit, so everybody has a connection still with Stevens' case.
This is Kabir's agenda. So it's borderline criminal.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all trying to protect themselves. That's the issue. To me, that's not politics. That's just improper and in many ways illegal behaviour.
Well, throw the
interesting with I always sort of felt. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got multiple violations. Just the audio alone, and that's huge because that just proves the corruption. Manitowoc got a valuable tip that, and Steve told him they didn't have none. And if it wasn't for Remaker slipping up when Beauty was cross-examining him, asking him how he prepared for his testimony, we wouldn't even know there'd be audio at all. Because they let everybody believe that there wasn't.
No.
And just, what else have they been hiding? What else did they suppress? I mean, the Veely CD, that's clearly.
Wow.
And then you got Ramlo, multiple people.
Well, I mean, if I have a video, that's a suppression of the totality of that.
Yeah.
No video from just edit that video to cut out the fact that Teresa's housing it.
Yep. They have flyover edited,
I mean, everything about this case is out. Yeah,
and then them.
everything about this case is cover.
Yeah, 100%. And Steven said it in November 9th.
Yeah,
Manswalk has set me up. They're planting everything. You guys are finding it. The whole scenario. They knew exactly what happened.
yeah.
I mean, November 7th is huge. That whole day is covered up. And then in trial, they still cover it up even more. Like, oh, you guys were all called over to this spot for nothing. But then you called the Wisconsin State Patrol in and forensically remap, take pictures. But you didn't do that to the other crime scenes where you found evidence. You do that where you find no evidence, allegedly, but where you do find evidence, we don't have a thorough investigation whatsoever.
I mean, we probably all sit down and name 100 different things. Like this is like the 80 more things.
Mm-hmm.
Just the handling of the bones in the burn pit, alleged bones. Everyone has, forensics to mark and put them in box without having them properly examined for how they were located in the burn pit.
Mm.
They're alleging that she was burnt, and the bones should have all been there, and they should have been anatomically in a position to represent the body, like out.
Correct.
And not allowing the coroner to come out. I mean, they're just like a number of people, a good number of people, then they don't want a day in court. That's what it boils down to. And their putback is not about justice; it's about that's what they're fearful of what will happen when they get in court. And where their energy to back on Stephen comes from.
100%.
All the words they make in those, reply and that stuff are just BS. I mean, the BS on the factual side, you can see how little they really know about the case. But there's no attempt at all to deliver justice here. They just want to not let Avery have a day in court. It's pretty much what they focus on.
Well, we already know they gave the bones back, so do they still have the RAV4? That's the big question. And the fact that
that's a good question. I would apply that they still have the RAV. Well, do they not? We'll only know when it comes out, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, they led Zelda to believe that
record of the RAV4 that it's been used.
Yeah, that they keep the same thing, same chain of command, same thing. It's supposedly in Madison, inside a box, allegedly.
So we will see. I mean, what this matter needs is a stay in court, and that's where Catherine Zelda is trying to direct her efforts towards getting that day in court. If it's only an evidentiary hearing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a legal hearing where people have evidence under oath. So, as everyone has said, including myself and you, if everything's honky dory here, why have they got fear?
Exactly.
The reason they're fearful is because they know very well that everything isn't proper.
Yep. So, and Kathleen Zellner already said she'd pay for all the testing herself. The state doesn't have to pay for anything. So what do they have to worry about? If their case is as solid as they claim it to be, what do they have to lose? Well, we know what they have to lose, but a lot, because a lot of people are involved.
Well, the interesting part for me is that I think if some of the fringe players who might be complicit through silence but not particularly culpable, if they feel fearful of what might happen to them, they end up speaking out. To protect their positions. So, exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah. It'll be interesting to see what character Angela Sukovich has to independently view the law as it applies to a post-conviction procedure.
Yep.
Simply say there is evidence here to justify an evidentiary hearing, have the hearing, and then we'll test the veracity of the evidence in the hearing. That's all she should say.
Mm-hmm.
And Stephen's entitled to that. Anyone in the situation should be entitled to that. But they're fearful of their court. That's the basic problem.
Yep. Well, hopefully he gets his day in court, and hopefully when she does side, hopefully it's prompt like it's been the last month, 2 months.
There's the presumption of truth, right? Let rest in favour of the phone call to the Sheriff's Department, and also the recording that's on Sunday the 6th showing that he called him. So that gives credibility to his affidavit. So that's newly discovered evidence. That just all the other stuff that there's thousands of them. That's stuff you already know. It's about whether Stevens was given the right to a fair trial. Is basically what it's about. Trial. And if this information had been known to Stevens' lawyers at the time, would have that information impacted on the jury? Now that's not a matter for now. That's a matter for the evidentiary hearing. So the matter is sufficient pleadings via the actual fact or to justify Stephen Avery getting an evidentiary hearing. It's clear there is. But in other petitions.
I just find it funny that the Court of Appeals gave Zellner a blueprint of what to do when she does file back at the circuit court, and before Judge Angela Sikowitz could even respond, the Attorney General steps in and does what they do best. Like, for instance, like Brendan Dassey's case. Same thing happened. He was set to be released. What did it do?
Yes.
Josh Call comes in. Or not Josh Call, it was Brad Schimmel. And he's a judge now, too.
What's his name? Brad Schimmel.
But it was nice catching up with you.
Yeah, Brad Schimmel's the right time.
I'm having stream problems. Keeps buffering. Said I'm having stream problems. The internet keeps buffering, so I don't know. Maybe we can do this again when my internet connection is stronger.
Yeah, sure. I'm fine with that. Never work for you. Just let me know when we can have another chat.
All right, definitely. Well,
anytime.
I'm going to thank for you, the ones that are tuning in right now, and sorry if it's all glitchy and stuff. But thanks again, Mark, for the update. Stephen's going to be getting the brief or her motion. I heard that you said that Kathleen's going to be sending it to him so he can read it, and I'm curious to what he's going to think after he reads it too.
Yeah.
But
no problem, Wallace. Talk again soon.
All right. You have a good night. See y'all later.